This is Andy Purewal for ID Boxing. I'm joined by a relaxed, a comfortable Mr. Sugar Hill Steward here in Manchester. Sugar, always a pleasure. How are you?
What's up, Andy? How are you? You all right?
I'm all good, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by doing this interview. And you've, as you just said to me, a triple threat. You've got a Gypsy King jacket on, Lawrence Okolie. I don't know if it's a jumper beneath that, and then a big Fraser cap.
Triple dipped. I'm dipped triple. I'm dipped 3 times.
Sugar, it's obviously great to see you in good spirits. I'm just going to go straight into it. Obviously, earlier today, we saw that the Tyson Fury-Oleksandr Usyk fight will not be happening on April 29th.
As far as I'm concerned, it was never happening in the first place because it was never an official announcement of the fight, like a place, a time, anything like that. That was never done. So to me, it was never ever happening. Go on. I don't have feelings. 'Cause that's the way I feel. That's the way I take all these fights. Until it's official, which official to me is a public press release, then it's official. Other than that, it's not official. But everyone seems to be believing these, hey, I'm going to fight, yeah, and then they believe that's the fight. It's not the fight. It's not the fight until it's official. Period. And that's the way I feel about it. Look, so that's how I stay looking nice and young, handsome, relaxed, stress-free, because I don't get involved in all that stuff. When it's official, then I'm involved.
I don't know how you're staying young when you train Ben Whittaker.
I just told you how I do it. I don't get into all that stuff. When it's official, then I'm locked in, I'm turned on. But if it's not official, I've been around too long, I know it. I mean, it's all just talk. Me and you fighting, how about that? Everybody got that? Me and Andy, we fighting. I'm gonna fuck him up. This is big talk.
He wishes.
Now, everybody's gonna go run and tell that. It didn't say when, where, what weight. We didn't say anything. We just said, oh, we fighting. But first, you didn't even agree. Did you agree?
I'll agree.
See, so now we got to fight. And here we are. Nothing's happening. It'll be fucking 25 years from now, still talking about me. Oh, I thought you guys were gonna fight. Yeah, we're working on it.
Sugar, with that in mind, and as you said, there was never anything official. There was never a press release. It was never the two of them at a press conference facing off. All we ever had were the reports, the talks, for speaking to a promoter, speaking to the fighters about the fight. Nothing official. But it's been confirmed today, no matter what, despite all of those talks, it will not take place on April 29th. With all of that in mind, with all of the reports, the questions, what have you made of the fallout from it all since? And I'm sure you've had a lot of messages and what have you. Whether you've responded to them is another question, but yeah.
Since it's confirmed it's not happening April 29th, I'd like to confirm something. It's not happening April 28th either, or April 27th, or May 1st. I'm going to confirm. I'm doing some confirming, so now we can clear all that out the way. There's some confirmations for everybody, since I don't really talk about nothing, but here's some confirmation. How about confirmation? Tyson Fury-Oleksandr Usyk is not happening March 25th, 2023. It's not happening. Confirmed by me. Got it first for me.
Sugar, we did an interview a couple of weeks ago over Zoom, and you're quite coy over it because you said you don't really get involved in that side of things. But now we've had more to discuss, and as a trainer, as a man who would have had the chance to set up a game plan to defeat somebody in Oleksandr Usyk, who is considered to be one of the best fighters in the world, who has a fantastic skill set, does it frustrate you at all on a personal level that you couldn't help Tyson to maybe defeat Alexander to become undisputed champion, or at least for that projected date up until it all just fell on deaf doors?
No, that's like me having anxiety and things like that about me preparing Tyson Fury to fight Mike Tyson back in his heyday, or Tyson Fury to fight Muhammad Ali, or to fight Larry Holmes. So no, it ain't even in my reach. So why would I even have any kind of anxiety about preparing for that? It's just the way I think. Ask me some more questions, because I'm loving it.
There's plenty.
Teach you how I think, tell you how I think, because I don't think like that. You're going to ask me a million questions about it and try to come around the corner with it and try to get an answer from it, but my answer's still the same.
No, there's obviously a lot to talk about with it, Sugar, and sticking with Tyson, obviously, we saw him, the negotiation became quite public, and we saw Alexander Usyk accept a 70-30 offer, and he seemed to be, the falling point was the rematch clause and how much of a purse split would be shared in the favour of Alexander Usyk. Now, from what the reports were to say, Tyson wanted 50-50 in a rematch in the event of an Alexander Usyk winning the first fight. Alexander wanted a more favourable split in his behalf. Do you think it was unreasonable for Alexander Usyk to want a higher share if he was to have been successful in the first fight in the rematch?
I barely heard anything you said. My mind was wandering so many different places because I don't really care. I don't give a shit about that. It doesn't mean anything. Why am I going to waste my time to wonder if it was fair or not fair? I don't know anything about it leading up to it really like that. I'm being fair and honest. I'm being totally honest and fair. I mean, I don't really care about that shit. It doesn't matter to me.
That's fair enough, Sugar, but sticking...
I enjoy golf, so I could be taking my time to worry about if I got my wrist in the hinge at the right timing on my golf swing. That means something to me. It doesn't mean anything to me about whether they agreed on whatever you was talking about, something about 50-50. And see how much I was listening? I don't even know. When I hear about stuff like that, I kind of just blank out. Keeps me young. You're a young fella. You might want to stay looking young. You do some stuff like, you start doing some stuff like me, then you stay looking young, man.
What's that skincare routine, Sugar?
I just told you what it was. The skincare routine is just not even caring about that stuff unless I have some control over it.
So, Sugar...
Oh, if I'd have bought the winning lottery ticket, how could I have spent the money? Or what good could I have done in the world if I had won that lottery ticket in every place in the world if I won? That's like, come on, I mean, you know, you get what I'm saying. It's like I'm not getting myself involved in that.
So, Sugar, I have to ask, as Tyson's trainer, on the back of the fight being officially confirmed as off, and in the last couple of days, a lot of people have felt that it was Tyson who's come out in the bad of this, who's looked bad throughout the entire fallout, and some people have suggested maybe he was running from the Alexander Usyk fight. As his trainer, do you think that Tyson's looked at it as a more difficult challenge than what was once first spoken about?
Don't know. I was excited about when you talking about the running and stuff, and then you asked me about do I think Tyson. I don't know what Tyson thinks. Tyson, you know, Tyson thinks all kind of stuff.
Okay, would Tyson ever run from the challenge of Alexander Usyk?
Tyson runs from everybody.
Not under you.
Tyson, was it Too Fast, Too Furious? He's back. Too Fast, Too Furious is back, running from everybody. You know, and to be totally honest, I'll put this straight out and real simple. Honestly, for myself and for anybody else that has any good sense or whatever, Tyson Fury running or ducking from Alexander Usyk, Alexander Usyk running or ducking from Tyson Fury, to me it's kind of absurd. It's because both of these men have been fighting their whole lives pretty much, then fought everybody, been through been through whatever. You think they would be scared to fight each other like that, and they done fought everybody? What's to be scared of? They've been in there with the best of men. This ain't the old days when people were actually really scared to fight Mike Tyson. You know, that was a different whole story. But, you know, in boxing, nobody ain't scared to be fighting nobody, really. They've been doing this their whole life, so what's to get scared of now? Making more money? Just do the same thing? I don't think so. So that's my answer.
I do agree, Sugar. I don't think either man was scared or running from either of each other, but it was what was being discussed.
Whatever's happening is outside of their control. How about that?
Obviously,
one person put their foot down and just say, I don't care, whatever. Yeah, probably so, but then you hire somebody to do a job and then you don't let them do it. That's like me being a trainer. You hire me to be a trainer and I'm telling you, yeah, just, you know, box 12 rounds. You said, no, I'm going to only box 3.
Tyson's been adamant he wants to fight April 29th no matter what, so without Alexander Usyk in the frame.
I'll fight him April 29th. How about that?
You just said you're going to fight me, Sugar, so how are you going to fight both of us?
Me and you didn't have a date, so I don't even care about what you're talking about. We just only said that, but I'll fight Tyson Fury. I'm going to fight him in a tea-making contest. Who makes the best tea the proper way to get it nice and flavorful and hot?
Who makes tea in camp?
Tyson. Expert tea maker. What do they call that person? Expertise? Expertise?
Obviously, with that, though, sticking with it, Tyson wants to fight April 29th. Have you had any talks with him about what could be next? I imagine after this, will you go up to Morecambe and start training with him?
I have an airline ticket leaving March the 28th.
So you're flying back to America?
I had a round-trip ticket to come in for Lawrence Okolie, and then when I'm done with Lawrence Okolie to travel back to wonderful Florida.
So you won't be sticking around despite Tyson winning fight, and obviously Ben Whittaker fighting on May 6th as well.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just telling you, I do have a ticket to go
So
back.
you have a ticket doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be on that plane.
I mean, that's like if you're having a doctor's appointment, you cancel it. Everything's interchangeable in the world. I mean, to be honest, I mean, obviously, if something happens, I mean, everybody should know. Everybody should know what'll happen. Like, obviously, plans get changed. Everything isn't etched in stone. So, when there's change, we have to change and adapt. So I just have to adapt to whatever the situation is. I can't think about that situation. If I do, I'm thinking about that situation. I'm thinking about maybe 200,000 situations. For what? Only one of them is going to happen. Why would I try to think of these 200,000 situations when only one's going to happen? You know how much time that takes away from me? And how much my skin will deteriorate and to dry and to rot and to wrinkle? I'm full of it today. I'm full of all the right answers, really, honestly. But it's not what maybe people want to hear. Maybe you want to hear it, but maybe not what you want to hear. But I'm just being honestly brutal, and it's just the way it is. This is how I feel. This is the best of me.
Looking at potential fights that are out there then for Tyson and the other leading contenders in the division, is there anybody in particular who you'd like to see him face, you'd like to see him challenge himself against?
I like to see him with everybody or anybody who wants to get in there with him, and they can make this transition to make a fight as easy as possible.
I've seen that Andy Ruiz fight mentioned. What would you make of that?
If it's easy as possible to make it. I don't care. I don't care who Tyson fights. I don't care if he fights whoever, man. Bring him. Doesn't matter to me.
The challenge of Andy Ruiz versus Sugar.
Bring them two at a time. Bring them two at a time, 2 a day. What difference does it make? If that brings the biggest challenge, then that's what I want. I want the biggest challenge.
Outside of Alexander Usyk then Sugar, who is the biggest challenge?
Everybody in the division. Bring them.
I'm trying, Sugar, I'm trying.
I know you're trying, but I'm trying too. I'm trying to hurry up and just be very truthful and get it over with.
That's fair enough. Moving away from Tyson, and obviously the reason you are back over at this day is Lawrence Okolie on Saturday night. Your first full camp together, your first fight together. He's spoken about the knockout. We know you want knockouts, but he said that you don't coach him to go chasing it, let it come at the right time. How does Lawrence go about getting that knockout on Saturday night?
Lawrence needs to visualize the yellow room, and that's something you have to ask him about. It's a training method that I use, so he'll have to visualize that yellow room, and I know he will. And things will happen the way he wants them to happen. It's been doing it the whole camp, so you ain't going to change what you've been doing just for one night. Actually, under the cameras and under pressure, I found out that Lawrence really handles himself very well. He steps up to the plate big time, and I was happy to see that.
What are the challenges that David Light poses to him?
That he's a complete fighter. There's no just walking over and pushing him around. You have to be very psychosystematic when you break him down, and do it in a fashion that's going to be spectacular. And it may make David Light seem like he wasn't the fighter that that he thought he was, or they may just say, oh, he wasn't really much. But that's the whole point of doing your job the best, is to make the other person look like it wasn't a big deal. Like, I'm the big man. Like, I'm the boss around here. Like, I'm the big Bill. Like, I'm the best. And those are the challenges that that fighters, put themselves into when they want greatness.
Lawrence is in a division where many people feel that he's arguably the number one. With that in mind, he's also a very big guy for the weight. How have you had any discussions, rather, about how much longer he can stick at cruiserweight?
Bring that question, because I've been hearing it all. I've been hearing it for a while, but that's the question that I can't answer, that I won't answer, and I would feel like I'm a fool if I answer it, because I haven't even had one fight with Lawrence yet to even be able to let any words murmur, come out my mouth about him moving up to the next division. We just had one training camp together. It started January the 10th, and it's coming to an end March 25th. And then after that, I'm more than open to answer questions that would be more meaningful to my experience in this situation with Lawrence Okolie.
Other than a knockout on Saturday night, what are you hoping he shows?
just the things that we worked on, which I'm sure he will. I'm not even worried about that. I guess one of the bigger things outside of what we worked on was just, you know, the reaction of the public when they see Lawrence Okolie, and they're gonna be like, whoa, like wow, like oh my gosh. It's one of the words Lawrence goes like, oh my gosh, you know. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting and what I would like to see is you know, just a different reaction from the fans, you know, in boxing and the critics or whatever, just to see more of who Lawrence Okolie is and what he can really do.
Away from Lawrence, obviously you've got Ben Whittaker as well. He's back over here now. He's kind of got a date finally. Excited to have a third fight working together now to work towards?
Definitely, yes. He's back. He's 100%, and I'm 100% to continue what me and Ben Whittaker started, and that's you know, making a big name, becoming a superstar, and knocking people out.
He hasn't been able to start sparring yet. When does that take place, Sugar?
Whenever we get back together. So I'm over here now, and I'm busy with Lawrence Okolie, so nothing's happening right now. So be better to talk about this after I get done with Lawrence Okolie.
Fair enough. And just a final one before I let you go.
None of these questions, these answers.
No, I said this. You answer however you want.
Gosh, he ain't giving up nothing. But no, I'm being professional and I'm being most honest. If I answer some of these questions that you've been asking me, then I'm being untruthful to whoever's listening and watching this. And I don't think it's fair for me to sit here and tell lies, you know, about things that I have no knowledge about or you know, any expertise about. Like, it's just, I don't want to be that guy that just talks just to be talking. Or if I'm talking, I want whatever I'm saying to make sense and to be fully knowledgeable about myself. And I'm giving out knowledge as I'm talking, so I want people to learn from me and learn the right way. If I was the other way around, I would want somebody to respect me and to think that way about me too. If I'm watching them, teach me the right way. So I'm trying to teach the right way by not saying nothing if I don't know anything.
It's fair enough, Sugar. Just a final one next weekend.
Would love me for that comment.
Just a final one next weekend. Joshua Franklin. Your thoughts on that fight? Anthony Joshua's first fight since back-to-back defeats to Alexander Usyk.
It's a very interesting fight, and I just want to be a fan to watch it. I know Anthony Joshua has a new trainer, and Derek James, a friend of mine who I think highly of as a trainer, and you can obviously know why, because of the work he's been doing over the years. And also, I'm very good friends with Jesse Addison, who's the trainer. Jesse Addison, Lorenzo Reynolds, who's actually training, Jermaine for his fight. And we were in training camp together last time with Jermaine, and he trained hard. And to me, honestly, he never looked the best in the gym. He never looked the best in the gym, but I know that Lorenzo and Jesse training him hard. But he never looked good to me in the gym really at all. But when he went out there and fought, he was a different person. I'd rather have a fighter that looks like shit in the gym and go out there on the night of the fight and then shine, versus somebody who's looking good in the gym and you take him out to go do his thing and he don't do nothing. So I'm looking for, I'm hoping that Jermaine is training like shit again, and then he'll go out there with a spectacular, be motivated and to be, give it his best shot like he did last time, and to learn from the mistakes that he made last time to possibly prevail him in this fight here.
All right, Sugar, I'll leave it there now because I know I caught you as you was about to go get some food. So I'll leave you to go and fill yourself up now. So thank you.
I was doing that because I was hungry. It was cutting into my food time.
Sugar, it's a pleasure as always.
Fuel the brain. I'm trying to fuel my brain. If you'd have asked me after, but I know you got to go. But if these questions would have been after I ate, maybe it would have been different. Nah.
Sugar, a pleasure as always. Good luck on Saturday night, and thank you for speaking to me.
Thank you very much, and always bang, get it over with. Sugar Hill.